stars arriving in Washington to help sell war bonds are all working for the same cause. The parade down Pennsylvania Avenue is a pageant of patriotism. Bing Crosby in a scout car. Jimmy Cagney. Abbott and Costello, popular comedians of stage, screen, and radio. They all assemble on the Treasury steps to launch the drive for funds. Greer Garson, Jimmy Cagney, Ann Rutherford, Irene Dunn, Hedy Lamarr. And how that crowd lines up to buy bonds from their favorites. They buy knowing that every dollar invested helps send more planes, tanks, and ships to the United Nations. This is the people's way of saying, from the home front to the battlefront, from movie stars to sales clerks, America's 130 million citizens are in the war. Yes, in democratic America, everybody is doing his bit. There goes Jimmy Stewart on his way to enlist. One of the most popular stars on the screen. Joining the Air Force as a private, Jimmy has now won promotion. Today, he's Lieutenant Stewart, USA. Moviegoers of years ago will remember Jackie Coogan. Charlie Chaplin made him famous as the Kid. Well, Jackie's in the Air Force now, a staff sergeant and qualified glider pilot. A movie star of modern times is sworn into service. Tyrone Power, hero of many a daring exploit on the silver screens of the world. He'll now play his greatest role as a leatherneck Marine. Franklin Roosevelt Jr. is in uniform. His fellow officer is Douglas Fairbanks Jr., a lieutenant in the Navy. Young Doug, like his famous father, every inch a man, is serving with the fleet. Clark Gable, at 41, renounces his throne as America's most popular film star to join the United States Army Air Force. Enlisting as a private, his ambition to become a crack aerial gunner in the crew of a bomber.
Well, we got some very nice weather today.
Oh, it's good Scottish weather, madam.
So I'm going to paint the can.
Oh, really?
And I'm using flat black primer. Let's do it.
The Yankee Doodle went to town riding on a pony, stuck a carrot in his hat and called it macaroni.
That's enough for now. We'll just let that dry. Okay, there is that section I was working on in the previous video. As you can see, I have taken sandpaper to it.
Devilishly clever.
It was not acceptable with all those lines here. I don't mind a few lines, but that was just too bad, so I just sandpapered it down and then put some Howards on it. So I'm going to put some lacquer on there, and we'll see what it looks like after I do that.
Oh, brother.
I don't have much experience doing the woodwork here, so
You can say that again.
if this is going to do it or not. I'm going to use semi-gloss black on here.
Are you some sort of magician?
I'm going to try to erase all the bad memories for that can of the horrible things that those mice did to him. I'll make him feel just like new.
Wow, thanks!
Well, that's dried, and I'm thinking maybe that maybe this wood here was never stained with anything. They just used some lacquer over it. Because when after I sanded this, it was lighter, but then I put that Howard's golden oak on there that darkened it up a little bit. So I'm going to see if I can take this lacquer off right here and see if that takes off any of the stain. If not, I'll sand it some more. I'm going to be careful with this. I don't want to get it on the decal.
Oh, Peter, do be careful!
It doesn't look like it's working very well.
Oh my gosh. Does that suck?
You can see this wood here, it ends right here. This is a little bit darker than this piece of wood here. Let's try a little steel wool first.
Come on, move it, lardass.
I think it's just lighten this one up pretty good here.
Oh my gosh, it's peculiar!
This area right here. Let me use some sandpaper. Looks like it took off some of that Howard stain there, which is what we want.
What are you doing, Buzz?
There's probably nothing more boring than watch a guy sand, huh?
You gotta calm down. You're getting a little emotional.
Should have never put the Howards on there, but that's easy to say after the fact.
Yes, it is.
But the thing is with wood here, unlike plastic, which if you screw up, it sets you back a week or two. Wood is pretty forgiving here. If all else fails, I can just go ahead and take off this whole finish here.
Oh, no, you don't!
I always think of the most goofiest things here. I was just thinking, I wonder where this wood came from.
Who cares?
Where it grew. What year was it when it was cut down?
Well, you're crazy.
Am I the only crazy person who thinks of stuff like this?
Yes.
What in tarnation you trying to do?
I'm just looking at the wood here. When I put lacquer on this, it's going to darken it up. So it may darken it up to match this, because it may not have had any stain at all. I said that earlier, didn't I? I'm getting old in my old age.
Faster.
Old goat, I'm not wiggling the camera. The table's wiggling, so hope we don't get sick on that.
For crying out loud, invest in a damn tripod.
We were ordered by the old goat
Good evening, folks.
to use tripods because it makes him sick. So what the old goat wants, the old goat gets.
I was getting nauseated. I get motion sickness very easily.
All right. Dig out my old tack cloth from the 29 Philco.
And you? You could sell full of brushes.
What do you think? It's better. I can still see this area where I sanded. Just taking off the lacquer.
Take it off. Take it all off.
Sometimes that's all you can do.
Is you and good or and bad?
Well, I sanded it from all the way over here, so I'm just going to try a little Puritan pine stain here. Not look too bad.
My fast draw has never been successfully photographed. All they've been able to get so far is a sort of a blur.
You know, I might go with that. You know, I'm not looking for perfection, you know.
It may be a little hard to find, but don't give up.
Alright, we're going to keep playing with it. I'll be back. Today's Saturday morning, and I've been fighting a problem. I did some wiring, and then I tried to test it. All I got was static.
Oh no!
And I went through my wiring like a million times. I checked all the resistors, and they're all within specs. And then I took a 100 picofarad cap and was just hooking it up across the other 100 picofarad mica caps here, just to see if I could find maybe a bad cap. This brown thing here, that's a mica cap. When I bridged a 100 picofarad, that I got all the stations came back up.
Oh, wow.
And then I was playing around with it some more, and then just poking it, and then it came up again. So without the cap. Hear that? Let me just poke around in it. See, I changed something. See that? There's something going on with that, either that cap or this socket here. I hate to think I've got a bad socket. But the more I wiggle the cap,
it's okay. Don't worry.
It,
What?
right where that resistor is. Pushing the leg there.
Clark, that's the gift that keeps on giving the whole year.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, I have replaced that resistor and that mica cap. Here's the 100 picofarad here. Here's the 47K. I didn't have a 47, so I put in like a 51. So we're going to turn it on and see what happens. And a 1, and a 2, and a 3.
A 1, a 2, and away we go.
And a 4. Let me tune it here. So, what we did before is I wiggled this pin here, and I would lose it. There. Working. Okay, there's the mica cap.
Oh, how cute.
It's made by something called Menco.
Holy hole in a donut!
Here's the resistor.
Yeah.
It looks really bad, doesn't it? But it measures out. Let me quick measure it here.
Yes, my lord.
Measured, I was at 52K. That could have been a bad solder connection, although it looked pretty strong. This thing's supposed to be 100 picofarad.
Let me check. Careful, it's hot.
Let me check it here.
Let's see.
Measures 118 picofarad.
Oh, dummies.
So, go figure.
Yeah, you think that's funny, huh?
Now this could have been a problem all along from the start. Plus I had the shorts and the tuning cap. And then this thing could have been bad too, so hopefully it's not intermittent and it's not going to come back.
The only limits on what we can achieve are the limits we place on our hopes.
I've never heard of...
I don't know what you're talking about.
Never heard of Almenco before, but it's made in USA. God bless America.
God bless us, everyone.
Well, I'm done playing with it. I put a little stain here, a little Howard's there, and I have gotten it into the best condition that I'm happy with. I could do more and more and more, and it'd be never ending. So I'm going to do it like this, and I'm not going to use the brush lacquer anymore. I'm going to go back to using Watco. Ha ha! So I'm going to spray the whole thing. So let's start it.
Here we go!
Do the sides here first. Middle, top.
My job was to apply the formula.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
I think she's pretty.
I'm not going to spray it on too thick for the first time.
You reap what you sow.
I think that's enough for now. I'll be back in about half an hour to do some more. I thought I'd show you guys those two parts that I replaced.
Who cares?
The mica cap was the 100
Yes, Doctor.
picofarad, and then the 47K resistor here. Now they were connected to pin 6, which is a grid, to the XXL tube, and there's two of these type of tubes in here. You have the XXL up here, you have a 7B7 here, another 7B7, a 7C6, and you have the 7B5 output tube.
I'll alert the media.
Now this tube here, it's connected to the oscillator here, and this is the 100 picofarad. This is the resistor. So I guess this tube is some sort of a mixer.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Me neither.
But I thought I'd let you know where those were located and why I wasn't getting anything but static. And by wiggling these, I was able to hear something, and by replacing them, the reception was normal.
Thank you very much.
Well, there it sits. I've used up over a can of lacquer, and that ended up being like, I lost count, I think, on that. I think about 8 coats.
Holy mackerel.
But I didn't put it on real thick. I just put on some Howard's feed-in wax orange oil. It's polish and conditioner, and it's got beeswax in it.
Whatever.
And I'm supposed to leave that on there for 20 minutes, and then wipe down the excess. Then I'll bring it into the house, and I'm going to consider that done. It really looks pretty good to me. I can still see some of the alligatoring.
Is that cool?
Which makes it cool.
Woo! That's pretty, huh?
It's a nice sunny day, 63 degrees today. While the old goat is freezing his ass off in Connecticut, I'm enjoying this weather.
Thank you guys for watching. Have a good day.
Oh, Magoo, you done it again.